Hello, everyone, and welcome to Playing Games with Strangers. I'm your DM for tonight, Josiah Crandall. Woohoo! Did it, nailed it. Woohoo! Tonight, playing with us, we have Dave.
Hey, that's me.
Over here. And we have Steve.
Hi, everybody.
And John actually gets to join the crew in the role of a PC today, so that will be fun.
Not an NPC.
And not an NPC, yes. So we've got that. And if you haven't already guessed, this is a Christmas episode from the title, which I assume we're going to make a Christmassy type title. So yeah, this will be a lot of fun. This is kind of a one-shot special Christmas episode. So that's why I claimed running one this time. So should be fun. All right, let's play that theme song.
Uno,
Ni, trois.
Alba.
Playing games with strangers, you know there's no danger. So come on in, we're all friends. Playing games with strangers. Play, I'm 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 playing games with strangers.
Twas the eve after Christmas, and the night was now colder. Not a creature was stirring, not even a beholder. Wrappings and boxes were now strewn everywhere, for the jolly St. Nicholas had already been there. The heroes were nested all snug in their beds, while visions of bugbears danced in their heads. But up in the north, it was time for some fun, for the reindeer games, see, have now just begun. All right, I need everyone to roll a d4 for me.
That's a 4 for me.
I got a 4.
It's a 3.
Okay. All right, we'll start with Steve. So, Steve,
That's me.
you wake up. There's a gurgling and a swaying back and forth, and you're face down. Beneath you, you just see wood planks.
Where did I go to sleep?
Where did you go to sleep? Good question. You went to sleep in your bed like normal, like a normal night. You had a big Christmas party. You went to bed, and when you're waking up now, you are face down on something wood, and it's rocking back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
What do I hear?
You hear a gurgling, kind of a like a thick water, moving slowly around you.
I think I'm on a boat. Or maybe even a ship.
Yeah, as you kind of get up and you look around, you find out you're on a small little ship. There's a pack of something wedged in the corner.
Cigarettes?
And all over. More like a small backpack.
Oh, okay.
In the corner.
Ryan, leave him alone.
And as you look out, there's kind of just a bunch of icy terrain, and you're in the middle of this milky river, basically. And there's chunks of ice kind of floating in this milky river. And there's some frosted trees and stuff all around. You're a little ways from shore.
How big of a river is it? Is it like the Potomac, or is it like a stream?
It's more towards the stream side than the Potomac.
Okay. But I wouldn't want to like jump in and try to get
No,
to
you
the other
probably
side.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't. You can tell
Too
that looking at
cold.
it looks pretty chilly. And very murky looking, kind of a white, foamy.
What type of ship is it? Is it like a skiff, or is it like a?
More of a like a almost canoe like. I mean, it's just like a little little ship, just a little boat.
So it's more of a boat than a ship.
Yeah, more of a boat than a ship. Yeah, more like a lifeboat sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I look around outside to see if there's maybe another boat that this
Okay.
came from.
Like a bigger ship.
No, a smaller
Or-
one. Someone like about that big floating around.
Yes. Okay. Yes, a bigger one. Go ahead and roll for a perception check here.
Perspiration. Let's see, where is that?
Yep, perspiration check.
That's a 4. That's a 4?
Yeah, it's pretty foggy out here too, as well. It's hard to see more than a few feet in front of you. So yeah, you don't really see any bigger ships or smaller ships around you. Tell me one thing. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in your court. One thing you do see, just throw it out there. I'm gonna let you have something here. One thing you do see.
The starship of the ancients descending towards me.
The starship of the ancients. Well, I'll give you this. Okay. No,
It's a boat.
You do see something that looks like a starship. There is a bright, shining star up ahead of you that's kind of cutting through this fog. It's way up, probably to the north of you, in the distance. But cutting through the fog, you can see this bright, shining light, and to you, it does look like a starship.
The starship of the ancients.
You thought you saw a starship, but it
Over-
turned out to be just a Jefferson airplane.
Oh, yeah, I see what you did there. Over here! Over here!
And as you're waving your hands, shouting over here, we'll go to our other guys here. So
go over
we
here.
have Dave and John. You wake up to the sound of wind just howling, and it's bitter and it's cold and it's cutting through you.
Is that my
you-
voice to you? Is that what my voice sounds like
yes,
to you?
that's what your voice sounds.
It's that
see
thick
what it's
Eastern
like.
accent, man. I'm
Over here! Over here!
And you guys are you find yourself, you're face down on this cold, hard, rocky surface.
Gonna lie, it's not the most cumbersome place I've ever woken up in.
And Dave, this you hear this voice coming from the left of you, a voice you've never heard before.
Yeah, as I hear that voice and start coming to, I immediately just put my hand on I reach for my scimitar.
All right, so you reach for your scimitar, and you do, it makes a slight scraping sound as you kind of rustle it a little bit, and
Rustle the scimitar?
yeah, John, you would hear it and recognize someone reaching for a sword.
So, do you pull your sword out for everybody, or am I just special?
I don't quite know who you are. What are we doing here?
Oh, if I knew that, then probably wouldn't be waking up in a boat in the first place.
You're
My
not
name.
You're not in
we're
a
not
boat.
in the boat.
No, no,
Oh,
no.
I thought
You're
we were.
I'm
no,
in the
no,
boat.
no. You
My
woke
boat.
up to biting wind, and you're face down on a hard, rocky surface.
Oh.
Wait, you were in a boat at one time.
I had a dream about being in a boat. Sorry. Hi, I'm Tonka Tough. Where are we?
Hello, Mr. Tough. My name is Pepper.
Please. Call me Tonka.
Oh, yes, Tonka. My name is Pepper. I have no idea where we are at all. So, I apologize. I'll put this back. And, I'm gonna look around.
Yeah.
Do I see anything else, or is it foggy like it is for Steve?
Go ahead and roll just perception or investigation for me, whichever one you prefer, as you're looking around this cave here.
All right. I'm
It
rolling.
is
We're
a
in a
cave.
cave.
I'll give you that.
I rolled investigation and I rolled an 8.
Okay. You don't see, well, you can't see too far out of this cave. It is kind of foggy out there, but you do see that you're in a shallow cave, and it's kind of rocky, but it is got these red and white stripes going through it. It doesn't seem like the normal sort of cave you would expect. It almost looks it's kind of got a glossiness to it as well, and you're getting this slight smell of peppermint for whatever reason. And there's two bags in the corner of the cave as well.
Would this be a candy cave? Oh, no, sorry. I'm gonna go investigate the bags. Are these yours, Tonka? Tonka, right?
Yeah, Tonka.
Yeah, so you go over to the bag, and you're gonna open up the bag.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. You open up the bag, and as you're kind of rustling around, you find it's a small pack it's got this deck of cards that looks pretty festive. It's got some gold foil on it. They seem like they may have a bit of a sparkle to them. You also find a scroll in there, and something that looks like rope, except it's rather reddish, and some small candy canes as well.
So, these don't belong to you?
No, those would not be mine.
I'm gonna cinch the bag back up.
Mm-hmm.
And how heavy is it? Is it pretty light?
It's pretty light. Yeah, I mean it's not heavy stuff in there. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna throw it over my shoulder, and I'm gonna see if I can figure out if there's a way out of this cave that I'm in.
Yeah. I mean, in front of you, it's open to the sky. I mean, so like you're not like deep inside the cave. You're just
okay.
It's pretty shallow cave. So you're in the cave, and then out in front of you, you can see outside. The wind's blowing in. It is kind of foggy out there.
Okay.
So you wanna kind of peek your head outside. Is that kind of, or walk that direction?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to walk out enough to where maybe I could at least get my bearings.
Yeah. All right. So you walk out of the cave. John or Tonka, what do you want to do right now?
I'm gonna get up, and I'm gonna be kind of dragging my great axe behind me.
Okay. So your great axe is making this just scraping sound on as you're going, and little flakes of this peppermint is just kind of flying off behind you. And as you guys step out of the cave, I need you to go ahead and roll a dex save for me here.
Ooh, nat 20 for a total of 24.
Okay. Here we go.
I rolled a total of 23. I also got a nat 20.
Ooh.
You guys. All right. As you step out of the cave, there's just kind of an icy sheen out in front of you. So you almost you were not as sure-foot as you both are, you would have slipped. But you guys are a-okay. But you see out in front of you, like it's a pretty narrow ledge, and down below, even though it's foggy, you can tell you are up high. You are very high. This is kind of mountainous. And as you guys are looking down, I'm going to go back to Steve here. All right, so Steve, you're standing up in your boat, and you're waving your hands and you're shouting, and just at that moment, something flies right past your head, and it lands, like sticks into the boat.
I duck down
Okay.
and try to look in the direction where that came from.
Okay. Go ahead and roll perception for me as you're taking a look, and with disadvantage since it is foggy outside.
So do I roll twice? Is that it?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Perception. So a 7.
Okay, 7. Yeah, you can't tell what direction that thing came from, but you can find what was shot at you. It's kind of in the back of the boat by where that little satchel backpack is.
Is it my satchel?
No one else is around.
I know, but is it the one that I usually carry?
The one that you usually carry, it doesn't look like yours. It looks unfamiliar to you.
Okay. What kind of a thing was it? Was it just an arrow or some sort of special bolt? Or
you see what looks like a peppermint stick, but very sharp, sticking into your boat, just like a little bolt.
did it make
Okay.
a hole? Is it leaking?
It's just lodged into kind of the side of the back edge of the boat, not leaking or anything.
Huh. And it doesn't. It's not glowing. It just looks like an actual.
Yeah.
Peppermint
like
stick.
like a nice peppermint stick.
It
but
doesn't
sharp.
have that. Is it? That's not a candy cane. Then
Not
it's
a cane.
Like a peppermint stick.
Peppermint stick. Yep.
Because that's important.
Yeah.
Later
it
on
is.
in the game,
You never know.
it's like, oh, I used the end of the candy cane. No, it was a peppermint stick. All right. I'm just gonna duck down and try to stay out of
Yeah. Stay low.
the range. Yes, stay low.
Okay. You as you're in the boat, it starts. You also hear, or you feel something bump into you, as well as you're floating along.
Into my person or in the boat.
Like the bottom, like something is underneath the boat. It bumps into you.
Oh, okay.
So the boat kind of like moves a little bit.
Is there like an oar or any type of device that I could use?
There's a couple oars and stuff. Yeah.
Is it like more of a rowboat, or is it like a one paddle for a canoe type of a thing?
It's more oars for like a rowboat.
Okay. And I don't see where that candy cane came from exactly.
No, you can't see. The fog makes it hard for you to see.
Oh yeah, it's
Too far in the
foggy.
distance. Yeah, but
Yeah.
you do see the star.
All right. What's so foggy? It probably was just a mistake. So why would anyone be shooting candy cans at me? So I'll hook the oars in and start rowing towards the light.
Okay, you start rowing towards the light. Go ahead. Are you trying to be quiet or stealthy or anything at all?
No, I'm
As
trying to
you're
get their attention. It's like,
Okay.
look at me down here.
Then go ahead as you're going and make a. Go ahead and make a. I'm gonna have you make a deck save.
22.
22. So you hear the sound of like a crossbow. You kind of hear some mechanical and And as you hear those noises, you know to move out of the way, and this another candy cane bolt just sails right past your head as you move it out of the way, and this one flies past you and into the water.
Wow. And the candy cane didn't shatter the first one. It just
No.
stuck right in.
Yeah, this one just flew past you into the water.
Wow. All right. Wow. I'm gonna duck down again,
Okay.
and I'm gonna like touch the candy cane to see if it looks like an actual candy cane or if it just looks like a candy cane.
Okay.
No, I mean a
Yeah. Peppermint stick.
stick.
Yeah. Sorry.
I keep saying candy cane because I'm thinking in the future, if I
Yeah.
keep saying it enough, then I can choose
That it
whichever
will.
one it is, whichever serves my purpose.
Yeah, you look at it. It looks like a very sharp peppermint stick. It didn't shatter, so it may have some sort of magical reinforcement to it. But it's definitely like if you wanted to lick it, you could lick it, and it would taste
I'm not going to
pepperminty.
be licking
Okay.
random peppermint sticks falling from heaven.
Oh, come on, Steve. You don't want to take random objects and just cram it in your mouth?
All right. I just eat the whole thing, and the boat, and the pack.
Turns out the boat's made out of chocolate.
All right, I'm going to duck down.
Yep, you duck down, and as you duck down, and you're looking out into the woods, we're gonna go back to our other two, Tonka, and your name is what? Pepper Candy
Yeah,
Stripe.
Pepper.
Yep.
Pepper.
Pepper cane stripe.
So you guys are looking out over this this mountain. It seems pretty frigid, pretty steep, but there is a little bit of a path, kind of running down towards the south.
Well, you want to go this way, or you want to go back in that cave?
Well, I mean, there's nothing in that cave except 2 bags of God knows what. So, I don't know. Do you have any recollection on how we got here?
Can I roll a history check?
Yes, you can roll a history check.
A nat 20 plus 2.
And that 20 plus 2. So, as you think back, you remember your tell me a little bit about your Christmas celebration before this. Evening before.
So Christmas Eve, or
This is post Christmas. So Christmas
Oh, okay.
Day.
okay. You know,
How did the Candy Stripes celebrate their Christmas?
well, I'm currently the only one, so alone,
Perfect.
with a mug of the hottest hot chocolate, like you know, add some chili powder into the hot chocolate. Yep. You know, just reading some books. Nothing fancy. I don't have family or friends near me.
So that's what you remember. You remember that the night before, the day before was just a pretty, standard day for you, except for your hot cocoa was extra spicy. But you do recall this little nugget, this little thing that you remember from growing up. The rumors there are rumors about these things called reindeer games. This was a story you might have heard as a child. You can't quite place it, but there's always this story that the day after Christmas, Santa would it said that the day after Christmas, Santa would gather up naughty elves and make them fight, and that it would be kind of a competition of sorts. And that's you kind of remember that vague
Josiah,
idea
did
in
you
your
put
head.
us? Did you put us in a Hunger Games
Did
scenario?
I? No, reindeer games. Reindeer games. And it was kind of a free for all, last man standing sort of thing, last elf standing. So that you kind of remember stories about that. You also know that it was the naughty elves groups that not the nice, not on the nice list. People who are on the naughty list who are gathered up for this.
Okay. Well, last thing I remember was some hot cocoa. And that's about it. You?
John, go ahead and make a perception check. I want you to just you catch a twinkle of something in Dave's eye here. Like you might have remembered something.
Nat 1.
You didn't. You thought you saw something, and then a bird flew overhead, and you were really distracted.
Yeah. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I got a headache.
Sorry. I mean, is it manageable, or could we maybe get along, get down this mountain?
I mean, yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
As you guys are standing there, you hear this a rumbling of sorts, kind of from behind you and above you, and it doesn't sound like the good sort of rumbling. It sounds like rocks falling and snow moving, that sort of rumbling.
I'm gonna say we should probably get out of here as fast as possible. And I'm gonna start moving as swiftly and as safely as possible down this path, whether Tonka follows me or not.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow.
Okay. As you're going down, I'd like you to roll both some dex saves as you're making kind of this treacherous. I mean, there's rocks and peppermint.
Total of 4.
Total of 4. Okay.
Total of 23.
Okay. Who's going for? Who was in the lead here? I assume Pepper was.
Yeah, I do believe.
Yeah, he started running first.
Yeah. So as Pepper starts running first, he seems to be having no problems. But Tonka, he takes a couple steps, and there's another patch of that that black ice that you had no idea was there, and you start sliding down this path, and you are headed full speed, sliding down it right at Pepper. Pepper, I'm going to need you to make another dex save as Tonka's headed straight for your feet. He's going to take you out if you're not on top of it.
That's a 10.
A 10. Yeah, I'm going to say that you managed to. I mean, he hit you right in the feet, but you don't fall nearly as hard as you would, but you still fall. So you're both kind of sliding and tumbling. I'm not gonna make you take any damage for that.
Okay.
Down this hill. You're moving at a pretty steady clip though, and as you're kind of tumbling down this pathway, you can hear the rumbling from the top getting louder, and you see out of the corner of your eyes that the snow is just kind of about ready to start flying over. And we're going to go back to Steve here. Steve, I don't know what your character's name is yet.
My character's name is Wow O'Riven.
Wow O'Riven.
Wow.
O'Riven.
So Wow, you're crouched down in your little boat here. Peppermint sticks flying from who knows where. What are you gonna do?
Okay. So there's two sides of the river. One side is one side I can tell that's where the shots are coming from.
Mm-hmm.
The other side of the river, how far is it away from the boat?
I would say 20, 25 feet, something like that.
Okay. Then I will cast Misty Step.
Okay. Yeah.
And briefly surround myself by a silvery mist. I teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space that I can see.
Okay. Sweet. Yeah, that works. So all this mist that's around you kind of gathers around you even more, and then bamf, you're on the other side, no longer in the boat. And the boat, you can kind of see it's flowing, or it's continuing down the stream, and you're safely on the other side.
Okay. I'll also try to get somewhere where there's like some cover,
Yeah,
just in
yeah,
case
there's trees and stuff behind you. I mean, it's woodsy still, so you can definitely peek back in there.
And is the light still in the distance?
Yeah, you still see the star in the distance.
Okay. So I'll run towards that.
Okay. Yeah, you start running towards that light. Now we're gonna go back to our other two, Tonka and Pepper. All right, so Tonka and Pepper, you've tumbled down, and you find you hit kind of at the edge of this cliff. There's a snowman just standing there, and you it kind of stops you from tumbling any further down this mountain. And you see, just as you hit it, kind of to the left of you, this avalanche just pouring over the sides of the mountain. And there's a few rocks and stuff coming your way, but you seem to be out of the main spread, the main spray of this fall of rocks and stuff. And you're much closer to the bottom of the mountain at this point. You've got 60, I don't know, maybe about 100 feet to the bottom. So you can not like you're gonna jump it or anything, but it's definitely you're close to the bottom, and there's some evergreens and stuff down there.
For the evergreens that we do see, are any of them tall enough to get to be pretty close to the ledge that we're at?
that you're at? Yeah, you could probably make something work to jump onto them. There's one that's I mean, it's a nice tall old tree. It's probably, I don't know, 10-ish feet. You know, there's a little bit of a gap between you and the mountain, but it's there. A good jump you could land in it.
Well, I'm not a wise guy myself, so yeah, I'm gonna poo this out, and that's a bad choice of words.
Love it.
I am going to be like poo and leap from this cliff to that said tree.
Okay, you're going to. I'm gonna have you make an athletics check as you do so.
I got an 8.
Yeah. So you.
That's from. Yeah. So.
You start. You're very confident that you can make this. You just about to take the leap, and you look down, and you're like, nope, and you kind of skid to the stop. You're hanging. You start sliding down the mountain. You have hardly anything to hold on to, and you're just hanging on by your fingernails, basically, to this ledge here, 100 feet up.
Little help here.
Yeah, I walk over and I grab him by his wrists and try to pull him.
Okay, go ahead and make a strength check. You're not gonna contest this at all, are you?
No.
Don't touch
Just
me.
making sure. Yeah. So go ahead. Strength.
That's a 5.
5. Oh yeah, he slips a little bit. He's a little heavier than he looks. Evidently, he's Tonka tough.
You're stout.
Yeah.
So at this point, your hand is kind of slipped. You're hanging on basically by one hand now. Candy Stripe, you can have another go pulling him up here. Actually, go ahead and make a perception check for me too, And John, go ahead and make a Constitution save as you are 22. As you are hanging on by a thread here.
22
Not
perception,
great.
8 strength.
6. One more. You slip a little bit more towards the edge. So you said 22, Pepper,
For perception.
Perception. Out of the corner of your eye, you see that snowman that you ran into that stopped you. It's moving closer towards you at this point. And it doesn't look very like a happy snowman.
I am going to lean into my slipping situation. I'm going to kick my feet out
Okay.
and try to launch myself onto said tree.
Yeah. That's a good call. Go ahead and make a... Yeah. Let's call this an acrobatics check, because this is more of an acrobatic move here. And I know that your character's built for this.
11.
11. I will take an 11. It's not going to be pretty. In the most undignified way possible. You kick off of this cliff, and your arms are wailing, and somehow you manage to snag onto a couple of branches on this evergreen tree. So you're up there, and it's kind of swaying back and forth, but you're hanging on to it.
As I'm hanging on to it, I'm going to start shouting "Snowman" at him.
Okay.
Like, "Snowman, yo!"
Pepper, candy strike.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn to look behind me. How close is the snowman to me?
How close is he? Is he is close to you. You've got about, I would say, 5 feet. He's right there, and he's got this. You didn't notice before, an axe, just like a hatchet, raised up. He's coming at you with it.
I'm going to yell at him and say, "Jump to me, I'll catch you."
Nope, I'll take my chances. And I'm gonna just run headlong into this snowman and try
Headlong
and just...
into the snowman. Okay. Go ahead and roll. I'm just gonna call this an attack. Just as unarmed attack is what I'm gonna call this.
Okay.
As you try to, just shove him aside. Basically, is kind of what I get the. Are you trying to tackle him or shove him aside and get past him?
Really just plow right through him.
Okay.
Now, I rolled a dirty 20.
A dirty 20.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's see. This would probably be dex. So you do plow. You plow right through this guy. He just kind of. You take a good chunk of his side of snow off. So part of his face, part of his middle, and he is just half the snowman he used to be. But he's still moving as you glance back at him.
Okay,
are you gonna keep running through him, or are you going to turn around and? I mean, what are you doing here?
Yeah. After I see that I've disarmed him, so to speak,
Yes.
I turn and I look right at Tonka and I say, "At least try and catch me if I don't make it." And I'm gonna just sprint and long jump into the tree.
Okay, let's see it. Give me something here.
Athletics.
Athletics. Yep.
15.
15. Perfect. It's not the prettiest, but it is not bad. Not bad. You make it to the tree just a little lower than Tonka. So you're both hanging kind of in this big old evergreen tree. And I would like let's go ahead and have Wow. Roll a perception check. Wow.
6.
6. As you're kind of traveling along, you hear hear a few shouts, maybe people, maybe birds, just coming from, I don't know which direction. So to the east of you, we're gonna say. I'm making up the directions as we go. So to the east of you, you hear maybe some shouts, maybe some birds.
Does it sound like what I imagine the ancients would sound like?
Does it sound like you imagine what do you imagine the ancients to sound like? If you imagine the ancients to sound like someone running and yelling as they leap into a tree, then yes, it sounds like the ancients.
I don't think that's how the ancients would sound. So I'm going to keep running towards them.
Towards that sound?
Yes.
Okay, towards the light that you see.
The light, yeah.
Yeah, towards the light. Perfect. Yeah, you keep running towards the light. You pay that sound no mind as you continue through the woods here. Let's go back to Candy Stripe and Candy Stripe and Tonka in the tree.
I'm going to just start shimmying and crawling through branches to make my way down.
Yeah, you definitely that's. I mean, it's not too hard. It takes a little bit of time, but you get down. You get down to kind of the base level of the tree. Are you gonna?
Also, what is the status of the bag I had?
Yeah. Do you still have it? It's with you. Yeah.
Okay.
You managed to keep it on you.
Okay.
I also will be climbing down the tree.
Yeah. So you're both down on the ground, and you're more in you're in a foresty area. There's more evergreens and stuff around here. Nothing too. I mean, it's lots of snow. The snowman seems to have stopped up on the hill. You're in a decent place.
Okay. There's nobody around us that we can see once we get to the bottom.
Actually, you see a bush kind of rustling in front of you.
I grab both hand axes that I have strapped on my sides and just like walk up to the bush and just like slide the hand axe through it to kind of open the bush, essentially.
Okay.
Hello there. You're not gonna hurt me any, are you?
Do I need to?
No. I'm just trying to survive.
Jimmy Stewart, everybody.
No, this is porridge bay leaf.
Survive what?
There's all sorts of people around here, and they're not too nice. Not too nice at all.
How do we know that you're nice?
I'm hiding in a bush.
That doesn't mean anything.
Well, it's a nice bush. Well, I don't know. I'm unarmed. I don't have any weapons. I'm not trying to hurt you right now, am I?
Hey, Pepper, why don't you pat him down to make sure that he is, in fact, unarmed?
Well, you can see my hands are full right now, so go ahead.
I'm gonna hold my great axe in a menacing manner. I'm gonna say, "Turn out your pockets, old man."
Yeah. He turns out his pockets. He has a what looks to be a knob from a staircase. He has a long lasso of sorts, but that's about it. He doesn't seem to have anything else on him.
That's all I have, honest.
All right. Put him in the bag.
This bag here, the one you're carrying,
All right.
Yes.
And he puts them in the bag. That's a very nice bag. I saw one just like it where I woke up.
And your shoes.
My shoes, but it's cold out here.
Put your shoes in the bag.
Oh no, okay. And he reaches down and he takes off his shoes and puts them in the bag. Oh, this is not the sort of thing I wanted to happen. I just made.
Like you said, there's not good guys out.
That's true. That's true. It's all those reindeer games. I always thought they were a lie.
Do I know what the reindeer games are?
Roll a history check.
17.
Yeah, you remember these stories and rumors about Santa gathering naughty elves and making them fight after Christmas.
Okay, it's all coming together now.
Yeah.
The fat man put me in here for my business.
Oh, your business? What sort of business do you have? And he's backing up a little bit.
I make trucks.
Trucks?
I make trucks, and he's trying to edge me out. He wants my business. He wants to use my family name.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was some other sort of business that you were talking about there. You know, the not as good kind of toy making. That's a valiant business. I'm a banker myself.
Well,
yes, I'm not into this whole survival of the best and sort of thing. I mean, I hear there's great riches and flying reindeer and stuff like that in it for the winter, but that's not for me. I just want to survive. I mean, be out of here.
Well, there's a cave up that mountain. Probably the safest place you're gonna be.
If you find a snowman, he'll help you get there.
Snowman, up that way, you say, in a cave?
Yes.
Okay, I'll make my way up there without any shoes and in the cold. And he kind of backs away from you and starts walking that way, and then you see, and as he starts walking, you hear a noise, and this peppermint stick just flies right into him and threw him into the snow, and he looks down for a second, and then he falls over, just face first into the snow. A big poof.
Well, that's that.
And then I need you both to make dex saves.
18.
Okay.
6.
Okay. So, Pepper, you hear another click. You see a candy cane bolt flying through the air, like a barber pole moving at supersonic speeds, and you dodge out of the way, but unluckily Tonka's right behind you, and it hits him in the shoulder. I need you to take. Okay. Well, you got off easy. 7 piercing damage as this peppermint stick lodges in your shoulder.
Okay. I'm going to reach over and break it off like you would with an arrow.
Yes, of course.
Did I see where it came from?
It came from in front of you. You don't see anything specific, but dead in front of you is where it came from.
Okay, I would like to rage.
Okay.
And I'm going to run in the direction where it came from with my great just shrieking in rage with my great axe held aloft.
Okay. Yeah, so you're shrieking in rage, with your great axe held aloft, charging through these trees, and then wow, you hear a shrieking in the forest, and it sounds maybe vaguely like what you think the ancients might sound like. Vaguely.
Well, that sounds vaguely like what the ancients might sound like. I'm gonna run towards that.
Yeah, you start running towards that shrieking sound, and as you do, you'll notice that the trees in front of you seem to be, as you're kind of running through this foresty area, heavy laden with some sort of large loaf. It seems to be laden with loaves. And as you're kind of running through, you notice you hear a big thump behind you as you're running through. And as you're going, you hear this screaming getting louder, and all of a sudden, you see the glint of an axe and I don't know what you look like, of a Tonka.
I'm a drow elf, so I'm wearing kind of black clothes with bright yellow trim to emphasize the Tonka motif.
Perfect.
And yeah, so very furious, very strong drow.
Yeah, leaping out in front of you, and you're kind of running through. So you see this guy just jump out in front of you.
How far in front of me?
He's about 40 feet in front of you or so.
And how far away is the tree line?
Well, you're kind of in the tree line at this point. You're in the kind of the foresty area.
Okay. Then I will do my very best to be dexterous in like trying to like jump into the trees and to be a little stealthy or a lot stealthy.
Yeah, roll a stealth check for me at disadvantage. Well, let me see. I'm gonna have Tonka roll You're raging too. You're looking. Yeah, just roll me a stealth check at disadvantage.
11.
You think you're being stealthy. Tonka, roll a perception check. You're trying to beat 11 here.
I also wrote 11.
Okay, so you catch the faint glimpse of. Go ahead and describe yourself, Wow.
An elf, medium size, about 5'5". Hair, argent. Eyes, xanthic. Skin, cerulean.
You see this blur of colors go towards, just kind of disappear in the trees, in a couple of these trees here.
Going after him.
Steve, I'm going to have you pick a number between 1 and 4. And John, you can just roll a d4. So he goes for one of these trees here, and you just probably kind of take your axe to it. You can. I'm gonna let you just, if you want to, chop through this tree looking for this guy.
Fair enough.
Here. Yeah. And you take your axe through the tree, and it just cranes right through this tree. Does he find you there, Wow?
No.
Okay, so this tree just falls to the ground with a big thump, and Pepper, you hear trees falling and screaming coming from in front of you, because I assume you're still kind of hanging out where you were.
Yeah, I'm actually going to pick up the body of the guy that just got shot, and I'm gonna heft him over.
Bayleaf.
Yeah, I'm gonna heft him over one of my shoulders and start heading in the opposite direction.
Okay. That's good. In front of you, a little ways ahead, you see smoke coming from somewhere.
I'm gonna follow that smoke.
Okay, we're going to go back to this fight going on here. You want to try for another tree here, Tonka?
I rolled that 3.
Okay, roll the 3. So you head over towards this third tree there, and I'm going to have WoW. If you want to roll a stealth check, if you need to move or something like that, I'm going to give you the opportunity right now to do that. If you want to move, I mean, if it's not a good roll, you might divert.
I rolled a 22.
Okay.
So I'm gonna move.
Okay. So you move to a tree here, and you chop through this third tree, tree number 3, and as you hit it, one of these, it doesn't fully fall down like the last one it did, but it rustles it, and I need you to make a dex save as one of these giant fruit cakes fall from the tree. For you are in the fruitcake forest.
17.
Yeah, you make it out of the way. So you whack into this tree, and it cracks, and one of these fruitcakes fall, but you jump out of this way as this large brick of cake and fruit hits the ground and sends snow flying everywhere.
I'm just shouting, "Get out here and take your medicine!"
And at that moment, another peppermint stick flies from the left of you and lodges into another tree next to you. And this is kind of from the opposite, a different direction than you've been looking.
If I turn the direction where it came from, do I get a sense of who may have shot it?
Yeah, you see a figure on top of some sort of four-legged creature in red, just through the trees a ways. I would say 60 feet or so.
Okay. I would like to throw my hand axe at him.
Okay.
If I could, please.
Yeah, go ahead. Make that roll for me.
15 to hit.
15 to hit. Let me look here. Oh, it will miss, but not by much. You see, your blade is true. It's flying straight at this person, but as it gets towards them, they're able to just kind of knock it out of the way right at the very end. And you see them. They kind of look at you, give you a dirty look. I mean, kind of from what you can tell, and then they start turn around, and you can see as it turns around, it seems to be a deer, a reindeer, start bounding off away from you.
Now, was it the reindeer who shot me, or somebody riding?
Someone riding it. Yes, there's someone in red on top of the reindeer.
All right, I'm going to throw my other hand axe at him before he gets out of range.
Yeah. Go ahead.
It's a reindeer tour. Amanda says.
Yeah,
that would have been an awesome idea.
That was only a 12. That was only a 12.
Yeah,
so
it doesn't hit. Yeah. Were you aiming for? You were aiming for the person.
Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't hit. Okay. So yeah, that person rides off away from you. Wow, do you want to do anything?
I want to remain stealthy and watch what's going on, because I don't know who these people are. This guy just tried to attack me, then someone had tried to attack him with the same weapon that attacked me before.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, well, the enemies of my friends are the friends of my enemies are the enemies of these guys might be nice.
No, I don't know about that, but go ahead and roll another. Let me have you roll one more stealth check here. See if you can
stay hidden in these trees.
Come on, stealth.
So far, you've been rolling great. So
Natural 20.
let's go back to Pepper now. So Pepper, you've made it a little ways with this guy on your back, and you see a little what seems to be cottage cabin sort of thing. White peaked roofs. It seems to have some multicolored gumdrops on top, and all the edges are piped really nice in this white frosting, and there's just a smell of ginger in the air.
Okay.
Which house could this be?
Yeah, I'm going to. How far away was that?
Oh, you're right up. You're right up there now. I mean, unless you're wanting to be further away, but you said you're heading towards the smoke. You're like, if someone's there, they're not going to see you, but you can see the house really clearly, like it's in front of you.
Okay. I'm going to set the body down, and I'm going to grab one of the shoes out of the bag.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to use magical tinkering.
Okay.
And I'm going to make the shoe smell like a really bad fart.
Okay.
And,
Sir, I want to... never mind.
And then I'm going to throw the shoe through a window that I can see.
Okay. Yeah. So give me a strength check to see if you can get this through the shoe through the window.
It was a 10.
10. Yeah, you throw it. It cracks through the window. The windows don't seem to be like that strong. Actually, this almost a thin candy, if you will. And the shoe flies into the room.
Okay.
And you sit there and you watch for a little bit. Doesn't seem like if anyone was in there, they didn't notice it or they don't care. There's not like any movement or anything from inside.
Okay. I'm gonna grab the deck of cards that was in the bag.
Yeah.
And
if you
unwrap
look at
them.
it,
God.
yeah.
Is this a deck of many things?
You look at it and it says it's the deck of merry things as you're looking at it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll unwrap it and just look through it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just randomly grab a card.
It looks like you drew from my deck of cards a 10 of spades, which is a sprig of mistletoe suddenly appears in your hand instead of that card.
Okay. I'm just gonna put everything back in the bag and I'm gonna stealth up to the house. Not very sneaky. That was a 7.
Yeah, as you're stealthing up towards the house, you see a couple of these gingerbread men, large size, standing outside, and they catch your eye as you're trying to slink along here, and they don't give you a very friendly vibe.
So they notice me and I notice them. Like we kind of make
you both
eye contact.
notice each other. Yep. They look at you.
Halt!
I'll just stand there and put my hands on my hips just above my hand axes.
And where do you think you're going?
Well, I think I'd like to go there, and I point at the house. But
Inside our house.
yes, it's rather cold out here. So
Were you invited inside our house? Do you have an invitation?
where could I get one of those, please? Where could I get one of those?
From me, if I wanted you to come in, but you seem to be an elf. You're taking part of those reindeer games, aren't you?
I suppose so. Is that a problem?
Should have known. So, is that a problem? You think we like having people running around our forest killing each other?
Oh, I haven't killed anybody yet.
Oh, and then you see a gingerbread man kind of come out from the woods behind where you were, and he's,
We've got a body over here.
What were you saying?
No, that was there when I got here.
Ha! A likely story.
and he goes for his sword at his side.
Let's do this.
So he brings his sword forward.
You, sir, are coming with us.
Where exactly are we going? And I'm gonna grab both of my hand axes.
We're gonna lock you up in our basement until this is over with. Till we can have some words with someone in charge.
Is it warm?
It's a pretty warm basement, yes.
Oh,
Fully furnished.
well then. I'm gonna put my hand axes back. All right, lead me there.
All right. Yes. All right.
Unless you prefer to fight and kill someone, you know.
No. I'll try to avoid that at all cost.
Me too.
We're not really built for combat.
You don't say.
Jimmy, he's coming peacefully.
Oh, thank heavens.
And they come and they lead you inside, and it's a nice, quaint house. There's a nice fire going, and they lead you down these gingerbread stairs into their basement. And there's a nice big, comfy marshmallow couch.
And now you just stay right here.
Oh, absolutely. Not a problem.
All right, and then
Good. You need anything? Some, I don't know, broccoli?
I was in the mood for some milk and cookies.
We don't have any of that here. What do you think we are, monsters?
Oh, I apologize. I forgot the company that I'm in. I'll sit here and I'll wait for whatever it is you're wanting to do.
Right. Good. You do that.
I will.
And he heads back upstairs. Let's go to Wow and Tonka here in the forest. You guys are just, Tonka, what are you doing, Tonka?
I'm frustrated because obviously the guy who's been shooting me with peppermint sticks has rode off on a reindeer.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm heading back to where I had left Pepper.
Okay.
And obviously I find that he is gone.
Yeah, he's not there. The body's not there.
So I would like to track him.
You'd like to track Pepper? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, go for it. Roll the
Survival?
tracking. Yeah, survival.
19.
Oh, yeah. Pepper wasn't trying to hide his steps or anything like that, and they're pretty deep. He was carrying someone on his back. So you can track him pretty well.
All right.
And as you follow him, you'll head out towards this little cottage, this little gingerbread house. While you're traveling, Wow, are you doing anything? Are you gonna?
I'm gonna follow him, but at a distance.
At a distance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a far distance.
Okay. Let's see. I'll just have Tonka. You want to roll a perception check too, as you're just see if you hear anything as you're going along.
19.
Okay. Wow, you want to roll a stealth check? You think you can do better than that?
Yeah, I can do better than that. Lots better than that. 15. See?
Okay.
Wait a minute. Less is more.
No. Yes. Yeah. That's it. That's exactly it. You hear some footsteps, just very faintly crunching behind you as you're going along, Tonka.
All right.
But I'll say you notice it. You probably right about this time that you get to, you see the body, a body laying in the snow in front of you.
I'll run up to it to see if it's Pepper.
Yeah, and as you flip it over, you see it's Porridge Bayleaf.
I just kind of grunt in annoyance, just a. Do I see the house from here?
Yeah, you can see see the house from here. Mm-hmm.
All right, and I'm going to make it look like I'm examining my great axe, but I'm going to use it kind of as a mirror to see if I can see who's following me.
Mm-hmm. I can't use all the great words that WoW used to describe himself.
What kind of elf are you?
You can
Steve?
use them. I allow you.
I don't remember. Was Chartreuse in there?
I'm an Eladrin elf. I'm an Eladrin elf. And my hair, argent. My eyes, xanthic. And my
I don't
skin,
know what any of these words mean.
cerulean.
Cerulean, that's the one. So you see all that in the reflection of your axe.
I'm going to turn around. I'm going to turn around with my great axe raised and say, "Who are you and why are you following me?"
I raise my hands up, not like in surrender, but to show him that I have no weapons. And I say, I believe that we share an enemy. The canes of candy that were shot at you were also shot at me.
Wait, no. Is he fat and does he wear red and have a white beard?
I didn't see him, but the weapon was the same. I believe we share the same enemy. I mean you no harm.
Fine. And I turn around and I start following Pepper's footprints to wherever they go.
Okay. You see that they go around pretty much straight towards this house there. And you see two gingerbread men, just kind of standing outside, big, life size.
Okay, I'm going to walk up to one of them and take a bite out of him because I am hungry.
Okay, yeah, you do that.
Wow, what's the big idea of taking a bite out of a person like that?
And he just punches you. He just punches you, trying to get you off. Does a 3 hit?
No.
Yeah, these guys aren't. Again, they're not built for this.
They're not Tonka tough.
Not Tonka tough. No. So yeah, that doesn't. He is clearly annoyed and shocked that you would take a bite out of him.
How does he taste?
There's a hint of ginger and cardamom and cinnamon. It's a little stale. You'd hoped it would have a little more, little less of a crunch to it, but it's very, very nice.
Because I haven't eaten since I woke up, and I'm a hungry boy when I wake up in the morning. So yeah, this is gonna be a survival of the fittest. He's gonna taste my steel.
Okay. Go ahead and you can just go ahead and attack him if you want to. Here, I'm gonna let you.
I just did.
Okay.
And it was an 8.
An 8. That does not hit. As you swing your axe. I assume you're attacking with your axe.
Yep.
At him, and you kind of go. You you aim for him, but you just kind of go right at that chunk that you already bit off. And then he looks at you, and his friend looks at you.
All right, we see how it is.
Let me eat you.
No!
He goes ahead and he attacks you. Does a 7 hit?
No.
Yeah. But he can make another attack against you. He's got a multi-attack here, so let's see if his other one... does a 17 hit, though?
Yes.
Okay. So he just kind of, like, hits you with the broad side of his hand, and he only does 4 damage.
Okay.
It's the way the cookie crumbles.
That's the way the cookie crumbles. Wow, are you getting in on this?
No, I'm watching from a distance still.
Okay.
A safe distance.
WoW is watching us. WoW is watching us.
From a distance. Horrible
All
song,
right.
but thanks.
Tonka, what are you gonna do?
Again. I'm probably not still raging from my first
Yeah,
rage.
unfortunately, no.
So I'm a
these
rage
guys-
again.
Okay. You rage again.
And I am going to bury my great axe into this guy.
I'm sure you are.
Yeah, that's a 25.
Oh, definitely hits. Yep.
5 plus 2 extra melee damage. So 5, 6, 7.
Yeah. You basically slice this guy in half. This one side falls to the ground, lifeless. The other side, with one eye, just looks shocked that you would do this. And the other gingerbread man off to the side, he just vomits out sprinkles into. And just sprinkles flying out. So the one that you were attacking, he desperately tries to like hit you with his head, with what's left of his head.
I thought you were going to say he was desperately trying to pull himself back together.
Yeah, no. That would be good. No, it's a 10. He's not rolling well.
Yeah, that's not going to hit.
So he just kind of flops on you. And he's barely holding it together here.
All right, and while the other one is bent prone, I would like to bring my axe down on him.
Okay. Go ahead and do that.
That's a 22 to hit.
Yeah, definitely.
That's going to be 11 damage.
Woo. So you shear off his torso, like he's sheared in half. Like you just, as he's leaning over vomiting, you shear him in half. And so his front half he's just kind of crawling around now, and his legs are kind of walking around a little bit. And Pepper, you just hear all this commotion of screaming and vomiting, and from kind of upstairs.
What all is in this room? Is it just a couch, or?
There's this nice marshmallowy couch. There's this big, the fireplace from upstairs. It actually continues downstairs here. So there's another fireplace down here. There's a couple lamps. There's a chest in the corner with a quilt on top of it. That's about it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. Is there a door that goes back upstairs?
Yeah. It's just the stairs. It's pretty.
Okay, so it's open.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna sneak up the stairs just to see what's going on.
Yeah. So as you sneak up the stairs, you see there's no one around in the main room, and you see some movement through the windows, some shadows basically moving around out front.
All right, I'm gonna really push your DM skills. How is the house laid out? Like when I come upstairs, would it be possible for me to find a back door or a different
back
door?
Yeah. So there is a back door. If you go past the fireplace through the kitchen, there seems to be a back door there, and you hear some noises out back as well, just like some grunting. Nothing like there might be some livestock out there.
All right, I'm gonna ease the back door open.
Yeah. You ease the back door open, and it's a fenced-in area. You see some hay and stuff, and you see a couple. There's actually a couple reindeer tied up in the back here.
I'm going to go and untie the reindeer.
Okay. Roll for untying knots. Roll for sleight of hand. Sleight of hand or survival.
Okay. That is a 22 dirty.
Oh wow, that knot it just comes untied. You are master of knots. Yeah, and the reindeer kind of turns his head and glances at you, gives you a look. Like, what are you doing?
I'm gonna just look it straight in the eyes and then shrug, and then I'm gonna smack it on its rump in hopes that it runs off.
Yeah, it does that. You smack it on its rump. Its eyes go wide, and it kind of bucks and jumps over the fence and starts running away.
Okay. Is there a shelter? I assume there's a shelter for
there's a little shelter.
reindeer.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm gonna hide behind that shelter and just kind of wait things out to see if anything comes my way.
Yeah. So, wow, as you're standing on the ridge there, watching, as you're watching Tonka like shear these cookies in half, and Tonka, by this time, I'm gonna go ahead and say you've done your work on them. They can't do anything to defeat you, so you are clear to chow down if you want.
Well, I was about to say that one that was trying to hit me with his head that was still alive after I make short work of his friend, I'm going to eat him face first.
So instead of you're just gonna grab him and just start nomming on him.
The first guy that's still alive. Yeah.
So you're nomming on him as he's
on his
as
face,
he's screaming. Perfect.
Face off.
So you Pepper, you hear some screaming from the front and some heavy nomming, and wow, you're seeing this go on. You see a reindeer. He's actually running towards you from the house.
Does it look like it's an attack, or does it look like he's?
It looks like he got smacked in the rump and is just running off.
Okay, I'll make sure that he has a wide berth.
Okay.
So, or I give him a wide berth and make sure he knows that I'm not going to be trying to stopping him or.
Okay. He turns on you and kills. No.
All right. See you guys later.
Yeah. He just shoots past you. Yeah.
Okay. Whew.
Tonka, you're standing there. You just finished 2 cookie men, and you're feeling pretty good about yourself.
Well, I mean, I'm a big boy. I got a big appetite.
What are you gonna do? Do you have anything that you want to do right around here? There's the house.
I'm gonna kick in the front door and be like, Pepper, where are you?
Okay. So you kick in the front door. Pepper, you're kind of out back, but you hear something that sounds like your name.
I'm gonna sneak back to the back of the house and just kind of like put myself up flat against the house and just wait to see if somebody comes out the back door.
Okay. So Tonka, you're in the house. You see the fireplace and door to the kitchen, stairs.
I'm gonna go up the stairs.
Okay.
Or do they go down?
They're both. There's one set going up, one set going down.
All right, I'm gonna go up.
Okay. Yeah, you go up the stairs. You see there's a couple bedrooms up there. It's all, very festive, very candy. There's gumdrops and there's little chocolate candies decorating everything. There is a door that's closed at the end of the hallway.
Not anymore, it isn't.
And you kick it in with no problem. And you see this seems to be some sort of like there's a couple like weapons and stuff, like almost a gun locker, a little armory in there.
Yeah.
There seems to be up in the corner some sort of whip rolled up. It has these what seems to be almost like little specks of color on it, and there's also a couple what looks to be like little plastic looking grenades on the shelf, and there's also this large axe hanging up as well.
I'm gonna take it all.
Okay, so you have just picked up a let's see, Christmas light chain. So it's a whip which has a +3 to hit, and it does 2d6 +5 slashing damage. You've also picked up some toy grenades, and you've picked up the axe of Christmas trees, which will give you a +4 to hit.
Nice.
Yep. So that's basically all you find upstairs as you're wandering around and stuff. You do not see any sign of Pepper.
I'm gonna come down the stairs again, and I'm going to explore around that floor level to see if
main floor
there's another entrance that maybe I missed.
Yeah, you see, as you're walking around, you feel a slight breeze, and there seems to be a door open in the back.
I'm gonna go step out the back and shout for Pepper again.
Yeah, so you step right outside the door and you shout Pepper as loud as you can.
Yeah, I'm just going to attack Tonka with my hand axe.
Really?
Yeah.
So Pepper takes his hand axe and attacks Tonka.
Got a 23.
Woo!
That does 6 slashing damage.
So how did you attack me, Pepper? Just so I...
Yeah, it would have been... So if you were actually watching me, I would have grabbed the hand axe that was on my left. I would have grabbed it with my right hand and just swung it straight, like wherever my arm would land. So if, it could either be leg or chest, depending on if there's like a step down or not. So I just blind swung it.
Because you were just backed up against the side of the house, right?
Right.
All right. So if that's the case, then I'm going to try to grapple him.
Let's see how it goes. Okay, that's a strength of 7 for Pepper.
Yep.
So you got to beat a 7.
24.
Oh yeah,
that'll do.
So how do you want to grapple him? I mean, he came at you with this axe.
I'm going to jump at him and put him in a bear hug.
Okay. That's my immediate reaction, being hit with an axe, is to give someone a hug.
Well,
no, I get you. Yeah, you give him. You look down, you look at him, and you just wrap him up in your arms.
Yeah, I'm like
a loving embrace,
thrashing around.
Yeah.
Okay, well I have a theme going, so I guess I'm gonna bite his face.
All right.
Mike Tyson, that you?
How do you want to do this? Unarmed strike or?
Wow, teeth are pretty sharp. Yeah, I'm gonna say unarmed strike. I think that's the best way for this. I'll give you advantage since you've got him in a hold. But 18's pretty good.
Yeah, he got it.
Yeah, 18.
18.
It bites.
What are you biting on his face?
His nose for 5 damage.
Yeah, so you take a good chunk of his nose and it starts bleeding. It's not nearly as, I mean, I don't want to. It's not as satisfying as the cookie.
Josiah's like, I don't want to tell you how you feel about this, but in my opinion, it doesn't taste as good as the cookie.
Yeah.
Batman Returns action going on here. Cool. How free would you say my hands are?
You're in a pretty big bear hug.
So
I
like
would
if he's got
say-
me like this, can I still like gesture with my hands?
Yeah, I would say you'd probably be able to gesture with your hands because you're probably around his elbows or like, I mean, when you say Tonka, you're not like his hands can move.
Yeah, I've got you around like your upper arms.
Yeah,
So I mean,
yeah.
like,
Okay. While being grappled, I'm going to cast Frostbite. So, John, you will need to make a Constitution saving throw. And you have to beat a 12.
I got a dirty 20.
Oof.
You did.
Okay, so even on... Let's see, that's a failed save. Okay, so nothing happens. You just see me moving my hands and muttering something to myself, and nothing happens.
I'm gonna look him in the eyes and be like, "Well, look at you, the wiggle worm. And here I was coming out to help you and give you some weapons I found, but somebody had to be the hero."
You could let me go now.
So you can attack me again?
I wasn't thinking. I was just doing what I felt like I needed to do.
Can I insight check him on this?
Yeah, go for it.
6. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go with the dice roll. I'm gonna kind of put him down, but kind of take a step back at the same time, so there's not a reflexive attack against me when I set him down.
So I'm gonna go with WoW real quick here.
Mhm.
So WoW, do you see you kind of see a scuffle going on behind the house, with a guy you haven't really seen before, and Tonka. Does that move you in any way?
There aren't any other weapons in the house, are there, or around the house?
There, I mean, not that you can tell from here. Yeah.
Okay. So I will, and as long as I'm within 60 feet and he can hear me, use Bardic Inspiration.
Okay.
And for 10 minutes, Tonka can add 1d6 to one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. And this can be added after seeing the roll, but before knowing the outcome.
Tonka, as you step back from Pepper, you feel this, like, you hear someone shout, Tonka! And you're like, someone does care about me. And you get a little warmth in your heart.
Okay. Right now, I'm more focused on what Pepper's about to do now that I've let him go.
Yeah, as you let me go, I just take a step back and just like feel my nose, make sure, like, see how much is actually left of it. And I'm assuming at least the tip is chewed off.
Yeah, there's a little piece missing.
That's a interesting trick. You
Always keep them guessing. That's my motto.
apparently. So, I apologize.
You mind explaining to me why you attacked me?
You've heard of the Reindeer games, right?
We are in them.
Right. I wasn't sure if you were aware of that or not. Obviously, we both can't make it out.
Why not?
It's never happened before.
The rules only work if you choose to play by them.
I mean, we're here for a reason. We weren't good, apparently, this year.
It's all relative. Good. Good by whose standard?
The big guy.
What, Santa? I'll tell you what. I lived my life this last year perfectly fine. The fat man's put me in here because he wants the controlling shares of my company.
Wait.
The fat man is.
You're that Tonka.
I'm that Tonka.
Wonderful. You're not going to believe this. So, I used to be the head of the truck division for Santa. And we couldn't make quota. We weren't selling enough because of your company. That's why I'm here.
Sounds like we have equal measure to take this fight to the fat man.
What have you been doing? You ran off.
Someone shot me with a candy cane or a peppermint stick or whatever.
Did you find him?
And then, I did, but he rode off on a reindeer. I found this other guy back there. Seems to be fairly harmless. Ran into two gingerbread men.
Yeah. Ran into
They
those
were
as well.
delicious.
You ate them?
Well, that's what they're made for. I'm respecting their culture.
Yeah, never mind. I've got a history book I should probably share with you. Okay, so this other fellow that you found, mostly harmless. Maybe we could use him as a prop. Get into the big guy's office, take him down, change the game.
I like the way you think. Here, I'm assuming I can trust you now.
Yes. Sorry, poor judgment on my part.
I'm gonna hand him the whip.
Okay.
And I
So you get this. You get a whip with these, it's Christmas lights. It's a Christmas light whip.
Cool. Well, I opened the bag. So I found some things in here. Deck of cards. Pulled one out and I got, was it
You
mistletoe?
pull up mistletoe. Yeah.
I got this. And I set it to the side. And then...
There's also a scroll in there, and there is a rope that's red. Seems to be made of some sort of candy.
Yeah, so I pull all of these things out. I mean, do you want any of these?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna stick the cards in my pack, and then I'm just gonna leave the rope there, but I'm gonna undo the scroll.
Yeah. You undo the scroll, and inside, on the top top of it, you see you're familiar with spells and stuff, and you know that this is some sort of spell. And as you read, you see that it is a Christmas wish, is what it says on it. It's a Christmas wish spell.
Okay.
And I'll go ahead and tell you. So this will let you change. It is like a baby wish spell. I'm gonna let you change one thing either in the past, like a tiny thing, or in the present, or in the future when you use it.
Okay. So just one use.
Yeah, one use. So it could be like a roll that's happened, or you left something behind and you like, oh yeah, I actually wish that I picked that up, and you did pick it up, or something if you in the future, like, oh, next time that someone attacks me, maybe I'll you can be creative with it.
Okay. All right.
Or something in the present, like right now I want to be healed or something like that. So
yeah, I'll just go ahead and stow that in my pack and look at Tonka. So where's this other guy?
I'm gonna take him out front.
I'm gonna take him out.
Take him out. No, I'm gonna take him out to the front of the house.
All right, so you take him out to the front of the house, and there, Wow's kind of up a little bit, just kind of watching. You guys can go ahead and approach him.
Oi, you. What are you doing?
I seem to have woken up here, and apparently this gentleman and I share an enemy. So I was following him, so at least we could have some sort of a confederacy in case we were attacked again by the same person.
And just as you guys are sitting there, or standing there, I don't know why you're standing there, I'm talking, you overhead, you see something kind of fly by. Just seems to be a reindeer with someone on it, flies overhead.
Would that be recognizable to me?
You haven't seen, I mean, you could probably make a guess, but Tonka has definitely seen something like this.
Can I throw my javelin at it?
You can, but you might know better. It was booking it, going pretty fast towards.
Never mind then.
Yeah, towards that bright light in the distance, that star that you hadn't really noticed until this point. But that's the direction it was headed.
Okay. I'll look at the other two and I'll say, well, gentlemen, it appears we have a direction.
All right.
Lead on.
Before we go any further,
Unless
maybe
we were
should...
going to stay here and not be led yet, in which case that would be fine too.
You can do what you want. I believe the two of us are going to take out the big red guy.
Lead on.
I'm Pepper, by the way. This is Tonka.
Ah, very nice to meet you. And he says this, and he's actually using the sounds found in a different language, but it sounds like a word that you know, and the word is wow. But he says it more like he's introducing himself. He says, wow. It sort of sounds like a word in a foreign language, but it just happens to be a word that you know.
I'll look at him. I'll go, wow.
You're not getting the inflection right, but Alex.
Wow.
It's again.
Wow.
Perhaps a little deeper.
Wow.
Say it from the diaphragm, and it works a little.
Wow.
Wow.
It's a little better. The Pepper, you
Wow.
Not so much with the.
And as you guys are standing there, I'm gonna have
Wow.
roll a dex save.
Wow.
Do I make fun of your guys' names?
Not making fun of Twonka.
You can.
11.
If he was a Pokemon, he could evolve into oh my.
11. Yeah. You're suddenly in your leg there is a large peppermint stick. You you got shot for let's see, you will take 3 piercing damage on that.
Ouch. And I look down and I see the thing and I'm like, where did that come from? Anybody?
It's those jerks riding those reindeer. That's who it got me. I'm going to point at the broken off piece of peppermint that's in my shoulder.
Ah.
And you see a little ways off someone running towards you.
They're running towards us?
Yeah, they're running towards you.
Okay, I'm going to Patriot missile him with the javelin then.
Okay.
And I'm gonna fire off a shot from my bow.
Perfect. I'm going to let you do all those things here.
I got a 24 to hit.
Yeah.
That's 9 damage with that javelin.
Okay. Let me look at this real quick. Great.
And that was a 17 for me.
Let me see. That'll hit. And how much damage do we got?
I got 6 piercing.
6 piercing. Oh yeah. This person is down. Like they fall backwards into the snow. And they're dead. They're definitely dead. with like arrows and a javelin just sticking out.
They're making a literal snow angel.
Yes.
Time to go get my javelin back. I'm gonna go and get my javelin back.
Yeah. As you're there and you're pulling out the javelin, you notice there are several peppermint sticks also in the back of this person. Like sticking in them.
We're eating good
Like,
tonight,
he's
guys.
What is he? Is he an elf too?
Yeah, an elf as well.
I'm gonna look over at Pepper and be like,
Well, I think our score just went up.
And I look in the sky waiting for some kind of magical numbers to show up what the score is.
And as you're looking in the sky, you see you see another peppermint stick heading straight at you and lead you to roll. Actually, for this one, I'm going to roll.
Mainly because Josiah doesn't trust that I won't crit on my roll.
No. Yeah, mainly because of that. And this is...
Can you blame me?
I want to use this character. So that is a 28 to hit.
Just missed.
Well, close my eyes.
That is 12 piercing damage as this peppermint stick, Steve, it goes right into your eye. Yep.
Dave, have you ever noticed when we do these one-offs, you just kind of get mauled?
Yeah, it seems that way, doesn't it? It's like people are picking on me. Yeah,
but you see. I mean, there's this reindeer, like leaping over you, landing in front of you. Like it's flying over. They shot this peppermint stick at you, and they're landing not too far in front of you.
I'm just gonna collapse on the ground.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself. Okay, well, that was sure.
6?
Yeah.
He'll do so for 6. Yeah, I mean,
I don't. It's like half damage.
yeah.
It's something.
Your nose grows back is basically
Yeah,
what just happened.
your nose is fine now.
Yeah, I still got a peppermint stick in my eye.
Yeah. Okay, so in front of you, kind of skidding on this reindeer, you see this elf woman, long, black hair and braids, with this giant crossbow pointed at you guys.
How close is she to Pepper?
How close is she to Pepper? She kind of leaped over you guys. She's about 15 feet away from Pepper.
What's the blast radius on the grenades that I have?
10.
All right, I'm gonna check my blast. I'm gonna check my grenade at her. One of my grenades at her.
Yes, you can do that. You chuck one of the grenades at her. So it's a +3 to hit. And it'll do 3d6 damage.
So, +3 to hit, he says. 14.
Okay, 14. That will not hit her, but it will hit her mount.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll that damage for me.
It was 3d6, you said?
Yep, 3d6.
12 damage.
Okay, 12 damage. So this little toy grenade, it just kind of rolls over in front of her. She looks at it, and it explodes, and all these little pieces of plastic shrapnel land inside this reindeer who bucks up, and she flies off the back of the reindeer, and he starts running off away from her.
It's a Lego bomb.
Yeah.
She's got one of those little studs just stuck in her forehead.
Uh-huh. Actually, it's just a Lego head.
Right. It's a minifig head. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else going to take?
She's on her back prone. Yeah, anyone else? One.
That's all you, Pepper. If she's prone, you've got advantage on hitting her.
Technically, I'm prone as well.
Yeah, he laid on the ground. So it's a wow. It's up to wow here.
I have no weapons, and I was planning on just hiding behind these guys. So
you should have mentioned
He's going for the non-lethal trophy in this game. I, however, am going for the genocide trophy. So I guess I'm going to run up and chop her up like she's made out of cookies.
Okay. So you run in to attack her. Let's see. You just attacked. I'll give you one more attack here before it's our turn.
Okay. Attack action, great axe. That's 23 to hit, which I'm assuming hits.
Yeah, that will hit. That will definitely hit.
And with my new great axe, what's the plus to damage?
So it's 1d10 plus 5 slashing damage.
That's going to be a 9 then.
You chop off kind of the tips of one of her fingers as she rolls out of the way, and she leaps to her feet, and she looks at you with this glare. You can't take down Catless Evergreen that easy. And
I'm just going to look her dead in the eye and be like, the fat man sends you to finish off his work.
As the two of them are verbally sparring, I've gotten to my feet and I cast Ice Knife. And that was a 19 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. And that's 5 piercing damage.
She glares at you now as this. It was ice spike that you threw at her. Okay, is coming out of her shoulder. Oh, you don't want to mess with a big man. He's too good for you.
I think I do. This is going to turn into the origin story of Zeos here, is what this is. Because I keep slipping into his accent. And I am going to frenzy strike her with my fists.
Okay.
If I can.
Yeah.
So first is a 22 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
The second is a 7 to hit, which I don't think does.
Does not, no.
Okay, so for that first punch to the nose, she takes 5 damage.
Okay. All right, yeah, so that punch hits her in the nose, and then she, as she steps back, she goes ahead and takes out her long sword, and just brings it down on you, and she's going to use Searing Smite as well.
Oh, Paladin. All right.
Ooh. Does a 13 hit?
It does not.
Okay. So she pulls out her blade, but she's clearly better with the crossbow as this swings past you and misses.
All right.
As I'm moving toward this action, I'm going to take one of my hand axes and toss it to WoW.
Okay.
It might be nice if you help out a little bit.
You also have your whip too.
I'm gonna toss the whip too, or at least drop it.
Okay.
So, how do I use this? Let's see. So that would be a 20.
Roll for damage.
3.
Right. Okay, so it is Catless's turn again. She's still coming for you, Tonka.
Does she actually have a cat?
She does not have a cat. She's catless.
She's catless.
Just wanted to make sure.
That's maybe why she's so angry. So she takes her long sword again, and she runs at you, Tonka, and she's just trying to stab it straight into you, which is probably not the best way to use a long sword, but and she rolls a 16.
That's gonna hit.
Okay, and this will be with Searing Smite. So this will do 9 damage.
All right.
And then you must make a Constitution savings throw at the start of your turn, or take a D6 fire damage.
Okay, so I have to wait to the start of my turn to do that?
Yep. Yeah, on your turn. So right before you attack, I'll have you do that. And she's like, not so smart now, are you?
Yeah, I will attack her. I'll run up and attack her with my scimitar.
Okay.
I'm just gonna slash it. It's an 11, so it doesn't hit.
It does not hit. No. She takes the blade out of Tonka and just parries it to the side.
Okay.
You really want to do this?
Well, you're kind of in our way.
In your way?
Yeah, to the big man.
Like I said, you don't want to fight him.
And why not?
He's the big man. You can't stop him. He'll have your trucks.
Oh, they're not my trucks.
As she's talking to him, I'm just gonna bury my axe in her bag. 13 to hit. I'm assuming no.
Doesn't hit. No, sorry.
Yeah. With my second attack, 26.
That does hit. Yes. How much damage are we talking here?
For some reason, it rolled 2d12, which no. So let's try that again.
That'd be cool.
Oh man.
14 damage. As I bury this axe in her back, I'm gonna look at her and say, "You talk too much. Just die."
Whoa.
And she, as she staggers forward, she turns around, and she lets loose a close range crossbow bolt at you.
That is going to be at disadvantage, sir.
Yeah, I know it is. This is going to be 19.
19 hits.
Okay.
That's with disadvantage?
She has a plus 11 to hit on crossbow.
Oh, goodness.
She's
All
also a higher level than you guys are. That's going to do 10 piercing damage as a peppermint stick from her crossbow bolt just shoots right into your chest. Don't make me call him.
To the people who are around us, I look rough. Just throwing that out there.
I'm going to cast Frostbite. So, Josiah, you will have to make a con save.
Okay. Not my strength.
Have to beat a 12.
How about a 5?
That is a fail. So, so she gets covered with this frost and takes 4 freezing damage or cold damage.
4?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she's looking really rough at this point. You see she's reaching her hand down into her her pouch on the side.
I'm going to roll a d20, so that'd be an 8.
Nah.
Okay, didn't think so.
That doesn't do anything. So yeah, you're not used to the weight of this hand axe. It's just a little, you prefer something with a little more heft to it, I think.
You ever used one of those before?
I have not, sir.
Josiah, I have something I'd like to try if
Go for
you'll
it.
allow me.
Yeah.
I want to take out my second grenade.
Uh-huh.
Slam it in her mouth and hold her mouth shut.
Let's roll. Let's do contested strength on this. As she brings her hands up to try to stop you, see if you can do it.
I rolled an 11 for strength.
She did not do great. So let's see, strength. I've got a 10. So she reaches up and you just shove it in there. And let's see, that does, how much damage did I say that was?
3d6.
Yeah, 3d6. As her mouth closes on it, she's wiggling around, trying desperately to get free and just kind of choking on it as well.
She takes 9 points of damage inside her mouth.
Yep, that'll do it. That will do it. Her head just explodes, and all these meaty bits and Lego bits fly everywhere. Since you are technically in range,
we all are.
Yeah, you guys are all going to take half damage on that.
Who's got 2 thumbs and is unconscious?
Not this guy.
This guy, the D. Oh.
So how much damage do we take?
5
damage.
Death saves.
5 damage. Tonka's laying on the ground. He is not in his best. Not living his best life right now.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast Cure Wounds on Tonka.
Okay. Perfect.
So you get 9 points, 9 HP back.
Huzzah!
So you fall to the ground unconscious. Pepper springs to action and You open your eyes again. Your eyes open. For a brief moment, everything was not there.
All right, big guy, get back up.
And as Catless falls to the ground, out of her satchel on her side, a snow globe rolls out. And then all of a sudden you hear the wind around you starts to pick up.
I would like to loot her body.
Sure, go for it.
I know that's a foreign thing for you guys, but...
I know some people do it.
So
It's like math.
There's some gold. She has a crossbow on her. If you want that.
I'll grab a crossbow if no one else wants it.
Go for it.
Yep, it has peppermint bolts.
I'm specifically looking for like a healing potion.
A healing potion. Interesting. Let's see. She does have a healing potion on her. It's just a potion of healing, just a common. Let's 2d4 plus 2.
2d4 2?
Yep.
6, 7. That's another 7 points. I will take it.
All right. And after you finish looting her body, the storm around you, it just seems to be picking up heavily, and then you see a bright red light that's getting larger and brighter, heading towards you.
You said that snow globe fell out of her satchel, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And then the storm picked up.
Yep.
I'm going to smash the snow globe.
Okay. Yeah, you smash the snow globe. The weather does seem to lessen, but in front of you, now you can clearly see coming your direction is a large man on a small reindeer with a red nose.
The reindeer has a red nose, or the large man has a red nose?
I'm just in a low growl. I go, Rudolph.
Santa.
Yeah, and so they are flying towards you. And for your information, Steve, they would be in range of your crossbow, in case you're interested.
Oh. All right. And they're coming towards us?
Yep, coming towards you. Definitely coming towards you.
Well, Dustin Hoffman.
Definitely coming towards you. Definitely.
Sorry, it's just the way you said that. Definitely coming towards you. Definitely. Would this be a thing where I'd be able to Patriot missile him with the javelin like I did the one guy?
Yeah, you could.
Or
you could try. Yeah.
You can try.
I mean, that's what we're here to do.
So give it a whirl here.
15 to hit.
15 to hit. Yeah, that meets.
All right. 5 damage. I rolled a 1.
5 damage. So yeah, he's heading towards you. Both of their noses are glowing red, and the javelin, it glances off him, but he still keeps coming. And he is about, I would say, 60 feet from you now. He's coming in for a landing.
I'll shoot my little thing at him. Crossbow.
Roll. I think it's a +1 crossbow, so d20 +1.
Okay. I rolled a 9. So what do I add to it?
1. I'll take it. Yeah, you'll hit him.
All right.
So 1d10.
That would be an 8.
All right. So as you launch this crossbow bolt into him, he comes down, and his reindeer's horns are pointed at you guys, and he's flying this reindeer right into you. I need you all to make a dex save to get out of the way here.
Oof. No.
Okay.
9.
6.
I got a 6.
Yep.
6. 16.
16. So Wow manages to get out of the way after shooting off that crossbow bolt. But
Wow.
Tonka and Pepper both get either horn, and you're going to take 9 piercing damage as these horns scrape into you.
All right, horns work. Try the lights.
Line of the night.
Hold on, Dave. Before you do this, you do that, let me do this because this is going to be something you're going to appreciate. I'm going to cast
like this.
in a hereto unforeseen event. I'm casting Fairy Fire on the Fat Man and his reindeer. So he needs to make a dex save. Both of them do actually.
So that's a 22 on the Fat Man.
Crap.
And his reindeer. 10 on the reindeer.
Okay, reindeer failed, so he is outlined in a magenta glow, and any attack, and any attack on the reindeer is with advantage.
Okay.
I was trying to get it on the Fat Man too, guys, but
That's all right. With that done, I'm gonna slash old Rudy with my scimitar.
Okay.
And that is a 24.
Oh, that hits him. Whew. Come on. He's not. Rudy's not.
That's 9 slashing damage.
How do you want to do it?
Well, being the not so nice guy I guess I've turned out to be, I would like to take Rudolph's head home as a trophy.
Yes, you would.
I mean, if you're gonna put anything on your wall,
I mean,
That's
come
the
on.
one.
I'll just wire the nose back up.
I support this decision, Dave. You don't need to be upset about it.
It's
Amanda.
It's not a horse.
Amanda might have words.
It's not a horse.
Amanda might have words for you.
It's not a horse.
You're playing games killed Christmas. Yes. Okay. So yes, you do that. Rudolph he's a goner. He has seen better days.
Sorry, homie.
But his rack looks very nice. That's going to look great on your mantle.
Do you know how many? I'm gonna look at him and say, I'm gonna look at Pepper and be like, do you know how many hats you can stick on that?
I mean, it'd be great if I wore hats, but maybe I'll use it as a mug rack for my hot chocolate.
Ooh, mugs.
Oh. So I heard you boys wanted to talk to Santa Claus. Oh.
Yeah, all I want for Christmas this year is my business back, you fat jerk.
All I want for Christmas is your 2 front teeth. Oh, come here.
And he punches you in the face.
Whoa.
And he does punch you in the face. For, let's see. Does a 16 hit?
Yes.
Okay. So this
For a
is
second
just...
I thought you were going to say he did 16 damage punching me, and I'm like, what?
No, he's just punching you. This is nothing special here. 3 damage. And then he looks at you guys.
Well, Pepper, glad you could make it.
You invited me against my own will, so why wouldn't I be here?
Oh, that's true. Oh. Always so funny. Too bad I had to fire you.
Well, I don't...
And you, I don't recognize you, but you must have been a very naughty boy to end up here.
I woke up in a boat.
I'm gonna cast Chill Touch on Santy.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Where are you going to touch Santa?
New line of the night. New line of the night.
It's that's the question I needed to ask.
It's true. Well, I'm not. I guess I'm not really subtle. Like we're talking, so I'm just gonna reach out and just grab his arm that's closest to me.
He's gonna boop him on the nose.
On his arm.
I wanted to, but then I was like, I feel like that'd be too obvious, and he might have too much time to react.
Okay. You're grabbing him on his arm.
Well, that was terrible. I only rolled a 6.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything anyway.
Snowballs.
So, he looks at you with your arm on his shoulder, and then he, you catch a glint in his eyes, and he cast Cone of Cold on you. So that's going to be so each creature in a 60-foot cone.
Oof.
You got to make a Constitution saving throw, and take a lot of damage if you don't make this here. So
That was an 11 for me.
okay, I believe it's going to be. What did you roll?
What are we?
Okay,
What are we rolling for that? I didn't know we were rolling.
Constitution saving throw.
Goodbye, everybody.
I rolled a 12.
Okay, you save, so you'll take half damage. You other two will not. 43 damage.
How much?
Holy
43
mother.
damage.
Well, I'd be dead.
Can I?
You take half damage, Steve.
Well, if I took half of 43 damage, then I'd be on the ground as well.
How much on the ground? What are you at?
All the way on the ground. Yeah, less than 0. Me and Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, that was a fun game, everybody. Good night.
Yeah. All right, thanks, Josiah. Next Christmas, we're going to have another special.
No, so I'm going to. Here's what I'm going to say. The scroll falls out of your pack, Pepper, as you're falling to the ground, and you have one chance to make a good wish. It's a little Christmas miracle, as the DM likes to call it here.
Wish for Santa to be dead, and then you can just
Get that.
Wish for the starship of the ancients.
So yeah, as I'm falling in slow motion and I make contact with the scroll, I think, wow, I really wish this was all a dream.
And you're directing that to me? I'm sort of honored.
I just said it.
You wish it was a dream.
He said, "Wow, I wish it was a dream." So he's technically talking to me.
He did say, "Wow,
That is
I wish
true.
it
I
was
did
a
say
dream."
wow.
No, I got it. Here's what happens. So, as you guys fall into the blackness, you suddenly wake up. Pepper, you're in your house in your big comfy chair by the fire, empty cup of cocoa sitting next to you. And you hear the sound of the creaking floorboards in your house. Sounds like someone's sneaking around in your house, and you know that there's no one else in there.
I'm going to change the way I'm holding my cup and hold it and get ready to use it as a weapon.
Okay. And then out of the corner of your eye, kind of in front of you, you see a tall figure sneaking in to your house, dressed in red.
I'm just going to
could it
sit
be
quietly.
Satan?
And as he approaches you, he takes out a small bag with some dust in it, and he's about ready to sprinkle it on you.
Oh, oh, oh. I never liked you, Pepper.
I'm gonna smash him in the face with my mug.
Okay. And you take your mug, you smash him right in the face. He falls to the ground. His handful of this fairy dust flies in his face, and he hits the ground unconscious.
I take his suit and I leave the house.
Uh-huh. And then Tonka, you wake up all of a sudden in your house, and you have memories of Santa and this trying to a couple of these other weird characters, but everything seems pretty normal in your house.
Must have been one too many bad potatoes.
And next to you is a plate full of gingerbread cookies.
I proceed to bite the heads off of them.
Yes. And then, wow. You wake up.
Wow.
You wake up in a ship.
What kind of a
It's more
ship?
of a starship. Yes.
Initially, you thought that they were angels, but
Yes.
to your surprise, you climbed upon that starship and headed for the
skies. Come sail away, come sail away. One of my favorite songs.
Yes, you find yourself aboard a starship, and it looks like it might be of the ancients.
Ancients? Is it really you? Plural?
Wow, is that you, my little boy?
And you get a big hug, and that's where we're going to end the story.
From the ancients? All the
All
ancients
the
hug me?
ancients hug you. And you feel at peace.
That's a wonderful, beautiful Christmas
Miracle.
alien
Mm-hmm.
abduction.
Instead of being abducted by Santa, you were abducted by aliens. That's where we're going.
I like it. Thank you, Josiah.
And that's
Nicely
that's
done.
what I've got for you. All right, we did it. We kind of did it.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to Maiming Dave with Strangers. We got a little wacky. This is our Christmas episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We went off the rails at the end, but that's how you do when you got our Agent of Chaos as our DM. So,
Yep.
We would like to encourage you to like, rate, and subscribe to our podcast on whatever podcast platform you are listening to this on. That helps get us in front of like-minded individuals like yourself. Please consider becoming a patron on our Patreon at patreon.com/playinggameswithstrangers.
And if you have a better ending for us for this episode, let us know, and we will. I will consider re-ending this story so it ends in a better way.
With that being said, thank you so much for listening. We love all of you guys out there, except for you, Todd Ferguson. You owe me $5. That being said, stay fresh, cheese bags.
You have been listening to the Playing Games with Strangers podcast with the voices of John Haryu, Catherine Serwinski, Dave Clements, J.S. Earls, Celeste Mora, Josiah Crandall, Eric Campagno, and Steve MacDonald. The theme music was written and performed by Steve Arthur, used with permission. Find more of his music on Facebook or wherever you purchase music digitally. Please review this podcast wherever you download it from to help other podcasters find our podcast and join our community. And once again, thank you for listening.